overcast 61 degrees Sunday night in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area. We welcome you to Continental Airlines Arena. The crowd is still making its way in as we get ready for Game 3 of this best-of-7 Eastern Conference semifinal. The Detroit Pistons going against the New Jersey Nets. Happy Mother's Day from all of us here at TNT as the scene shifts from the Motor City to the New Jersey Meadowlands. Welcome back to the New Jersey Meadowlands. That of the 19,000 on hand for game number 3 as we check out a look at tonight's McDonald's starting lineups. First for the visiting Detroit Pistons, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton in the backcourt. Czar talked about their dominance in game 2 just a moment ago. Tayshaun Prince up front with Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace. And for the Nets, Jason Kidd, who has been struggling, has not gotten much lift on that jumper. He's averaged only 8.5 points, only 7 of 26 from the field over his first 2 games. Kidd and Kittles at the guards, Kenyon Martin, Jason Collins, and Richard Jefferson up front. Jefferson did bounce back from the poor shooting in game 1 and had 19 points in game 2. Detroit has won by 22 and by 15. We are just moments away from game number 3, and obviously a must game for New Jersey.
Well, we've heard Jason Kidd say that he's not injured, he's not hurt, but there is no way that Jason Kidd shoots 27% from the floor, 1 for 2 from the foul line after 2 games. That's not just Jason Kidd. I think he's trying to be the team leader. He's trying to gut his way through it, but this guy is injured, Mark.
He has already said he will most likely pass on the Olympics this summer, partly because of the knee, which could require surgery in the offseason. Kenyon Martin revving up the crowd. The officials are Bennett Salvatore, Ron Garrison, and Ken Mauer.
Now they're going to need this crowd because I think game 2 was particularly demoralizing for the Nets. They did everything they needed to do in the first half, got the ball into Martin, created some turnovers and open floor opportunities, but Detroit just squeezed them off defensively in the second half.
Kidd being played by Billups and fires it out to Jefferson. There's Jefferson. Richard Jefferson, he was anticipating contact.
Well, that's the question mark with Martin. Can he score down on the block? He's really more a guy who wants to face up.
Martin able to reach in for the steal. Here comes Jefferson. Martin with the reverse. Yes, and it counts. Foul on Rasheed Wallace.
Probably best scenarios, this is it for New Jersey, getting this guy off in the game early on. Kenyon Martin is a key element here against the Pistons. He has to show up and have a huge game tonight against that Piston front line.
The other day, Kenyon Martin said he's upset because he feels the Pistons are playing harder.
This crowd is just feeding off of that. I haven't heard this place this loud in a long time. Either that or my headset has some problems. I'm not sure.
I think it's a combination. Here's Hamilton. Rejected by Martin.
Larry Brown protecting his turf down there, letting him know that we want the call.
Prince coming up short. And Detroit struggling here at the start. 1 of 6 from the field. Jefferson for Collins. Jefferson on the follow. And the Nets now lead it 9-2.
You can see the aggressiveness of the Nets. Jefferson with really a 2-on-3, but he decides to take it to the rim anyway. Ends up in a wide-open tip for him.
Well, Tayshaun Prince got hit in the face with an elbow. He's struggling.
So I think Larry went a little overboard with that last part of the comment.
Yeah, and talking to Larry, the mistake is he said just those words of saying anybody can coach. The block shot, Nets off on the fast break. Out in transition once again. Kittles with the layup.
Those are good calls,
Thank you very much.
Well done. Way off.
Well, it had the distance. I think it drifted left a little bit.
Drifted? Okay.
Meanwhile, the Pistons cannot buy a bucket. Here comes Kittles, 2-on-1. Nice return by Jefferson.
I don't know if there are two fast in the league on the fast break than Richard Jefferson and Kerry Kittles. How about the left hand? The little scoop? He's right, he does play defense in his spare time.
Collins played tightly by Okor. Martin. Yes. Kenyon Martin with a strong first quarter. He has 7 points.
First 2 games.
Rogers shot the ball well in game 2. 5 of 8 from the field. He had 11 points. Kidd using the pick from Rogers. Finds himself open and scores. And that again gets the crowd going because the Nets jumping on the Pistons here at the start, and they have done it with their normal style of basketball.
It starts with the rebound. Kenyon Martin already has 5 in this game before he went to the bench with 2 fouls, but Martin knows who to look for. Kidd, who knows where his teammate Kittles is. Middle to side for the layup. And we see Richard Jefferson trying to get his big man involved. Kenyon Martin with the layup. And again, rebound, outlet. And watch this. Give it up, but get it right back again. The finish by Kerry Kittles. The numbers right now, 11-2 fast break points in favor of the Nets.
Here's Campbell. Jefferson out of the pack, being chased. Leads it for Williams. Another fast break bucket for the Nets. They lead 28-11. And Wallace with the follow. The offense has been all Ben Wallace. 4 for 5 from the field. Jefferson for 3. 3 tenths of a second. Has to be a tip. That's waved off. It might be a catch and shoot. The crowd here at the New Jersey Meadowlands reacting to this opening quarter by the Nets. 9 for 19 from the field, while Detroit has struggled at 5 for 21. That's 31, Pistons 13. So Kittles and Harris have the guards, Rogers, Williams, and Jefferson up front. Jefferson with a shot clock. That's a 3 for Richard Jefferson.
It's the kind of play that I always wonder, why don't you just let a guy go so you can keep yourself in the game?
And then Martin able to drill it on a beautiful fadeaway.
In this series, it seems like he's been missing now for a long time from the action. Right now, Prince has 1 field goal attempt in 11 minutes of play.
Detroit in the midst of an 11-3 run. Kerry Kittles. 6 points for Kittle.
They kind of got rid of that call a few years ago. A lot of guys carry the ball, but that was so blatant, they had to call it.
Martin played by Prince, goes right at him and scores. That's a tough assignment for Tayshaun Prince, despite the...
Slowly, Detroit chipping away at it. Larry Brown knowing that if we can get this thing back to a manageable number, we have halftime to regroup, come back out, and then hopefully play as well as we did in the 3rd quarter in game number 2. Do it here again tonight.
Jefferson, yes. 17 points.
We've seen Ben Wallace do a few more things offensively than we've ever seen in the past. And he's allowed to do it right now. And Larry Brown can understand him. He's got to beat him with the layup that Wallace's skill level is much higher than maybe you think.
That was a terrific adjustment by Brian Scalabrine. He saw Ben Wallace in his path. He was able to extend, hold off on the shot, and score. Here's Phillips. Rebounded by Ben Wallace. He stopped again by Williams, and a foul.
You know what happened? Wallace wanted to catch the first one and dunk it while he was in the air, but he couldn't do it, so he came down. Then he got blocked by the rim that time before he's fouled at the end.
Foul on Scalabrine. That's 3 on Brian Scalabrine. Kidd able to poke it away and deflected out of bounds by Phillips, white ball, says Ron Garrison. Beautiful play by Jason Kidd. And the Nets take a 20.
Well, Kidd anticipates the fact that he knows they're trying to get the ball to Hamilton for the last shot there, so anticipates the pass is going to the outside. He fakes like he's going to be on the inside, runs around the outside, deflects it, then gets the good touch there at the end by Billups. And he's going to help out a little bit. He's going to officiate besides playing.
It's a franchise low for a first half in postseason play. That's since the inception of the shot clock. Nets 47, Pistons 38. Let's go to Atlanta studios for Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Steve Francis.
No, you could. That's what I'm like that.
Pistons with a 14-2 advantage in second chance points. And again, Kenyon Martin looking to rev up this crowd. Only 16 points for the Nets in the second quarter, outscored 25-16 after the Pistons were held to 13 in the first quarter. Richard Jefferson leading the Nets with 17. Phillips now 0 for 5. Jefferson posting and had to give it up. Here's Kidd. Jefferson. Yes.
Well, with Kenyon Martin out of the game, Richard Jefferson becomes the #1 scoring option.
Milwaukee's only win taking place in Detroit. Kittles. Nice goal by Barry Kittles. He went for the left hand and was able to switch over.
Not too often you go to the rim against.
Rashid has been plagued by that leg injury throughout the playoffs. It occurred late in the regular season, but he has looked better and better as the postseason has progressed. Here's Jefferson getting inside. What a move by Richard Jefferson.
How about the strength to be able to fend off Ben Wallace? I thought it was for Lawrence Franks there. Could be.
Phillips with the step. Rejected by Collins. Here's Jefferson. Leading Kidd. Back it goes. This is California. Nets 57. Pistons 46.
Sometimes what looks to be a sure layup by Billups suddenly turns into a fast break opportunity for New Jersey. Instead of taking the layup himself, Jason Kidd dishes it off to Scalabrine.
He said he'd pay to see Ben Wallace play. I don't believe it. I don't think Charles would pay for any ticket in the NBA. He always expects that freebie.
Jefferson for 3. Yeah. Richard Jefferson with 24 points, 8 of 10 shooting. The Nets up by 14.
Smart play by Richard Jefferson to call the timeout.
Well, we'll go back a moment ago. We talked about Richard Jefferson, 24 points. He lines up the 3. It looks good from the time it comes out of his hand.
We're back at the New Jersey Meadowlands. Let's take a look at our Gatorade X Factor of the game.
Well, Richard Jefferson had to find his shooting stroke. He came into this game 6 for 25 in this series, and he started off deep in the right-hand corner, became very aggressive, taking the ball to the basket, and then his range improved as he went out behind the three-point line. He has 24 points, 8 for 10 from the floor, 5 for 6 from the free throw line.
This the guy who led the Nets in scoring against Detroit during the regular season. Prince, nowhere to go, and it's picked off. Played very well by Jefferson. He closed the baseline. Jefferson to the rim. He thought he was fouled. Back comes Phillips. He lost it. Jefferson ahead of the field. Jefferson. The Nets lead by 16.
Well, after so many fouls have been called here the first 2.5.
Coming up on 3 minutes remaining. In the third, Nets with the ball. They lead by 14, trying to get back in this series, trailing 2-zip. Game number 4 here at the New Jersey Meadowlands. Tuesday night, Jefferson. Yes! The 24-second buzzer.
New Jersey holding Detroit to 27% shooting, and this guy with 28, including the fadeaway as the shot clock buzzer sounded.
Chocolate Thunder, one-time net Darryl Dawkins. And one of the NBA's great players, Bernard King, one-time net, and Nick, who is involved in the Nets' new ownership group headed by Bruce Ratner. Bernard will be part of the move eventually to Brooklyn. That's where Bernard grew up. Pistons. Rather, the Nets not able to get anything going on the inbounds pass. So after 3, it's the Nets with a 66-52 lead. Jason Kidd playing through a sore left knee. Kenyon Martin has looked better despite the tendonitis in his left knee. They double up on Kidd. Here's Martin. Been a strong game for Martin despite the foul trouble. 13 points. 7.
The reason it's being exaggerated is because so many times both teams are going to a post-up situation. They're all fighting for that low post spot.
Rodney Rogers has returned, replacing Kenyon Martin. Friendly rim for Richard Jefferson. That's a new career playoff high. 30 points for Jefferson.
Did you see the way he changed the angle on the drive? He was afraid of picking up that charge.
Here comes Kittles. He has Jefferson. Kittles with a beautiful ball fake to take it the distance. Timeout call by Detroit.
This is what you were talking about, Steve. Watch Jefferson avoid the offensive foul. He pulls off to his left, floats it, and gets the lucky bounce. And then fake the pass, keep it myself, finish it off for Terry Kittles.
72-56, New Jersey. Rogers for 3. Hamilton guns it down. Here's O'Connor, rejected by Jefferson. But the pass, the outlet is thrown away.
If that outlet is going to Jason Kidd, it's probably a completion. But Kidd is on the bench right now. Lucius Harris playing the point guard. He's not used to chasing down long outlet passes.
Okay. Kittles challenging O'Connor.
That move, little finger roll. We saw the right-handed jump.
And that has been the case. Jason did get a brief rest. He's back in, playing the backcourt now with Kittles.
Well, Dean brings up a good point because there were a lot of days before game number 1, a lot of days before game number 2, so he could rest. Now, 3 games in 5 days. Jason off the glass with the banker. So 3 games in 5 days. How will that affect his left?
Martin going at Ben Wallace. Rebounded by Kittles.
Well, great play by Kittles. And you're right, Mike, these officials, they have a difficult job. They can't call a foul every play, so they've got to try to maintain some rhythm to the game. But you're right, there is a foul happening out there every play.
Kittles from downtown. Jason Collins and Richard Hamilton having words. Double. And they were 6 of 13 in game 2 at the Palace on Friday night. Hunter puts it up there for Rasheed Wallace. Zoran Planinic has checked in for the first time, as has Brandon Armstrong, who's able to knock it down. 82-64 Nets. And an all-time playoff low for Detroit. The Nets are hearing it from this crowd. They've been filing out here in this 4th quarter. Nets have had the big lead most of the way. This is also the Pistons' worst shooting performance of the season. They are just under 29%. Planinic.
He had to take the shot, or else it would have been a 24-second violation.
The Nets 82, the Pistons 64. So the Nets bounce back after the 2 losses at the Palace of Auburn Hills, and the Nets were led by Richard Jefferson, 11 of 19, 30 points, 8 rebounds.
Marv, it will be an interesting Tuesday night.
Yes, things may be on the testy side here on Tuesday night. The big bright spot for Detroit, Ben Wallace, 15 points and 24 rebounds to equal a playoff career high. So for the Czar, Mike Fratello, for Steve Kerr, for Dee Lyden, this is Marv Albert saying good night from New Jersey. Now to Ernie in our Atlanta studios for